Bro, when is DC gonna like learn how to fucking make a fucking movie?
Pull their head out of their fucking ass? I don't know, Garrett.
Because the Dark Knight trilogies, amazing.
But you can't count that as it's a DC movie. It's a DC property.
But you had your stepping stone. You had your stepping stone. And it's like you come out there, you place your little fucking stepping stone, and then you go to another part and forget you even goddamn had the goddamn stepping stone to begin with. Like, what the fuck, guys?
So the Dark Knight trilogy, it could have been better, believe it or not.
I loved it. Like,
I think it's fantastic. The Dark Knight is one of the best comic book movies ever made.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises, I think Batman Begins is a very underrated movie.
I think it is too. Out of the three, they only talk about the last two.
Batman Begins. The Dark Knight Begins. Batman Begins is fantastic.
Ra's al Ghul.
I don't think you should have fought Ra's al Ghul that early though. I think you should have fought maybe a Scarecrow, maybe a Penguin.
Or Riddler.
Yeah. Riddler's a thorn in his side, dude. So the thing about Riddler is Riddler never goes away.
Mr. Freeze,
yeah. Like Ra's al Ghul would be a fantastic way to end your trilogy.
But
to like somehow line it up where Ra's al Ghul was behind all these events the whole time.
Yeah.
That would have been a good way to end it. Kind of like, so the Dark Knight Rises did that with his daughter, which I thought was stupid.
With Talia?
Yeah, Talia al Ghul, which is a character. I mean, that is a real character, but
yeah. So I stabbed you first.
So with my dick. So if you replace Ra's al Ghul in the first movie with, let's say, make Scarecrow the main villain. I don't think they were brave enough to do it because I don't think Scarecrow's a known enough villain.
I think he is. If you know Batman,
now he is.
Dude, any Batman video game you've ever played, anytime you've ever watched fucking shows as a kid,
you gotta think about. They're trying to sell the movie, not to Batman fans, because Batman fans are gonna go see it. They're trying to sell the movie for the normie, the common person.
I kind of like the way they did it because I mean it is Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows him getting trained through the fucking League of Shadows.
Year one, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting trained in the League of Shadows, finally going over there back to Gotham or whatever, and getting it all fucking taken care of. Just to have to fight the person who trained him to be what he is. I mean, that's pretty good fucking.
No, it's fantastic. But I'm looking at it as a overarching trilogy. Because usually when you make one movie, you're not 100% sure you're going to have, a trilogy.
Yeah.
But let's say, like, if you could go back, like we always talk about John Morant and Zion. Like, if you could go back in time with the knowledge you have, you make Ra's al Ghul the overarching villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you were
like how Thanos was with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they only did that once Marvel knew they had something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you make Ra's al Ghul the overarching villain, and Scarecrow is the main villain of the first movie, and the Joker, which I hate it, but rest in peace, Heath Ledger. He died, but he was supposed to be in The Dark Knight Rises. He was supposed to be, he was supposed to be in that movie. Because you remember Bane released all the prisoners. So now you've unleashed Joker back on the city. Heath Ledger's Joker. Man.
A1.
Man, that's good. I think there's one better. Everybody talks about he's the best Joker of all time. There's one better.
Don't say.
It's Mark Hamill.
Okay, never mind.
From the animated series, yeah.
I thought you were going to say Jack Nicholson.
He was good. It was
Nicholas.
Like when I first saw him, because obviously that movie came out before I was born. But when I saw it, and I'd read some Batman, and I saw that, I was like, I remember thinking like, oh, and he was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I remember thinking like,
he seemed happy.
I never saw that. Like, he seemed. And I've always read the Joker as ironically happy, not ironically, but like crazy happy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like. And that's what Heath Ledger gave me. That laugh, dude. He had a great Joker laugh.
Jack Nicholson doesn't seem. It seems like you could trust him.
Yeah.
And Heath Ledger seems like you comply because you don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it works.
He's manipulated you into a corner.
Yes.
And Jack, like looking back, and maybe it's because Jack Nicholson now is such a huge name.
Is it Nicholas or Nicholson? I don't fucking know.
I think it's Nick. Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Dude, because I get him.
I get Phil
Nicholson.
Yep.
And I get them all fucking up.
It's Nicholson. Yeah, it's Nicholson.
Okay.
Yeah. I think his thing now that he was such a big name when I watched the movie and understood the movie that I just saw him as Jack Nicholson dressed up as the Joker.
Yes.
And that's on my part for being young. I'm sure if we were around when it first came out,
it's like, damn, this shit was big for his career.
Completely different story. Because the biggest knock on the Nolan trilogy, the Batman Begins trilogy and stuff like that, Gotham didn't seem like a character. Because if you watch a lot of the older Batman movies, Gotham was a character.
Gotham, like the city?
Yeah, the city itself was like, it had its own, like,
livelihood.
It really felt
personality.
Because when I watch, Batman, the Nolan trilogy, I feel like, oh man, this is like New York or Chicago, like.
I kind of like
this isn't Gotham City.
Of it.
I like the idea of it,
but I don't read comic books.
Okay.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it.
I like the idea, like making it real, like down and gritty. I like that idea.
I think in Batman Begins, it feels more like that, where the city seems alive, and that has to do. I think that has to do with the narrows.
When they go down the narrows,
and the fucking the train system.
I think it was done. Yeah, that was. I think Batman Begins. If you look at Gotham as a character, I think Batman Begins does the best job of that.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. Guess Brooks is having technical difficulties.
So I just found out. How'd you like your time being full screen? I just found out that if you hit the side button on my mouse, because I was just playing around with my mouse, fucking closes my goddamn stream. Thank you. I didn't close the entire stream. No, Batman Begins is definitely the best depiction of Gotham. Dark Knight, the Dark Knights.
I don't know what's
that's easily the best movie.
Who's fucking with Robin back in the day, where fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Batman and Robin, that shit was terrible.
But the city seemed
and that was with
good.
Tim Burton, I want to say. It was with Tim Burton. Yeah, it was Batman and Robin, and then Batman Forever, which I love Batman Forever. When I watch, oh my god, dude, I had that movie on VHS as a kid. I'd watch it all the time. Batman Forever. Val Kilmer was cool as a cat, bro.
Cool
that dude was cool, man. But no, like that's what I was talking about when I say like Gotham felt like a character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the city itself felt like people really lived there. It didn't feel like a movie set,
Yeah.